Hello, Internet. It's a hell of a time right now, isn't it? We don't know who's won the election. Britain's just gone into another lockdown. The world is going to hell in a handbag. But as it was in the beginning, is now and ever shall be. I need to control myself financially. So, this is a hell of an update. Like, I've got a few DVDs to show you, and my vinyl collection has tripled since the last video, last month. Thank the Lord for the things we call charity shops, huh? So, this is going to be long as hell. Like, I said my vinyl video wasn't going to be long, and that ended up being like 15 minutes. So, yeah, I should shut up and start rolling. We have 7 DVDs, and the first of them is... I don't have the case for it here, but it's this one, What a Girl Wants, which is the weirdest early 2000s Cocoa Pops commercial I think I've ever seen. It's a hell of a movie, though. I have it because I have some very dear friends who will hopefully be visiting London at some point in the near future when we've been to the Winchester, had a pint, and all this is blown over, and they want to recreate a bunch of the scenes from this thing. So this is training, basically. All of these rest of the DVDs have boxes. The first one of them is $1 Million Baby with Clint Eastwood, Hilary Swank, and Morgan Freeman. It's a 1 in a million according to the Sunday Times. Hardy har. This is an entertainment and video release from I'm presuming like 2005. There's Phone Hackers Incorporated getting in on the action. Mature theme. Yeah, that's totally something you need to indicate to 12-year-olds. Oh god, what's this? That's a whole... What is this? Hang on. Okay, so that's the thing. Oh, that's the chapter select and a bunch of... Well, oh, Christ. It's a bunch of adverts for other entertainment and video things. None of which, oh. Maybe Hotel Rwanda's, that's the one I can see myself watching anytime soon. So I should put this back in the case. And yeah, that's that on that one. Next one is From Here to Eternity, with Burt Lancaster, Montgomery Clift, Deborah Carr, and someone who's obscured behind there. Hang on. If I open up the DVD case and like stretch it a bit, maybe I can see it. I actually have even more DVDs than this, but a bunch of them are at home. Donna Reed, and who are you? Frank Sinatra. He's in this. What? I didn't know that. So yeah, this is a Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment release from 2001. I haven't seen this movie yet, but it's like one of the most important Best Picture winners ever, basically. So, well, not important, but important enough to be parodied in Airplane. That's my that's my benchmark. I like this little detail here of the thing on the beach, which is the thing that got parodied in Airplane. Oh, hello. Next one, oh boy, Gone with the Wind. This is a one home video release, I think from 2000. Oh boy, this movie. I haven't seen it, but as I'm sure you're all aware, there's been a lot of a stink recently over it because it got temporarily pulled from HBO Max because they were saying like, okay, we need to put some contextual things like how this is outdated and everything, and all the conservatives acted like it's the end of the world. Like, oh, they're rewriting history or some shit. They're erasing it. Like, fam, if you're that bothered by this movie being temporarily taken off a streaming service, just get the DVD. Like, this thing exists on more than 40 years worth of physical media. Like, no one is stopping you from getting it. That's the thing with conservatives. Let's not even get into that right now. But yeah, this has a double-sided disc because the movie's so long, and I suppose I'm assuming it has an intermission at some stage, so like there's a natural part for the disc to split in half. So I also have one of these flippy discs for Amadeus, which is 2.5 hours long, and it was released without an intermission, so it just sort of the split where I need to flip the disc happens, I think, less than an hour before the end of the movie. And it's like at that stage, it's just, what's the point? We're already 2/3 of the way through. Could you not fit the DVD and fit the entire movie onto one side of the DVD? Early 2000s Warner Brothers, man, they didn't make any decisions that made sense. Okay, so what's this one? The Secret in Their Eyes, which is the Oscar winner for Best Foreign Language Film, and I think... God, when was it? When did this thing come out? 2009. Yeah, the Oscar winner for 2009 is the Metrodome release, Rip in Peace Metrodome. I haven't seen this thing yet, but I probably should, because... Oh, God, why has this been taped shut? Fucking hell. I didn't even realise this had happened. I don't have any scissors to hand. That's annoying. I should have prepared better for this. Anyways, next one, Drive, with Ryan Gosling. Get in, get out, get away. This is an Icon release from, I presume, 2012, because this thing came out in the cinema in late 2011. Once again, we have... I can't do slipcases with one hand, so I mean, the rest of the box just looks the same as it did in the slipcase. There is the disc. And I haven't seen this, but it was really noticeable when it came out, because everybody thought it was just going to be some big, flashy action movie, and it's just Ryan Gosling being moody for a bunch with some occasional head stomping in the elevator fun. And the last one that we have here is one I've been meaning to watch for a while. The Producers. This is the original with... Zero Mostel and Gene Wilder. This is a Momentum Pictures release from 2006. I haven't seen this. I really should. I have seen the movie The Musical, which is oh, hello. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it sort of looked in the camera that there was more than one disc in, but I'm just stupid. And there we go. And now we can move on to the thing I've been actively collecting more often, the vinyls. And look at this, like, up here, you see, these are the ones that I had when I first showed my vinyl collection. This is what I have now. It's literally tripled. So this might take a while, so I'm gonna get a shift on. First, a bunch of these are singles, and the first one of them that we have is Come On Eileen by Dexy's Midnight Runners and the Emerald Express. This is an absolute iconic banger, one for the ages. This record is from 1982. I suppose I can add the butchers and see if I can get this thing out. There we go. I like how there's got these little... I don't even know what these mean. But I want to see if it's the Dexys band members, maybe. I don't really know. This camera's a lot closer than I usually assume it is. And this B-side is Dubious, which is an instrumental. It's actually quite nice. I'll just put it here. Next one is You Spin Me Around Like a Record by Dead or Alive. This is another pretty iconic tune. This is from, I think this came out in 1984, but it took like forever to chart and ended up doing so in 1985. Oops, I didn't even mean for that to come fully out of the case. This is on CBS Rec. Yeah, 1984. Next one is I Should Be So Lucky by Kylie Minogue. This is Stockache and Waterman so confident with the success again that the B-side is his instrumental. This is from 1988. They just really kept the hits coming because this came out a little bit after Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley. And that was the best-selling single of 1987. And this one still did pretty well. It was #1 for like a couple of weeks, but didn't, I don't think it was the best-selling single of the year. It was one that certainly wasn't. We Didn't Start the Fire. It was always burning since the world's been turning. I feel like with this one, you could rewrite it to be about basically everything that's happened since March. You could just write into a song. Like, certainly everything that's happened since I was born. Like, because there's been so much shit that, and, yeah, so I was from 1989. Some of my favorite bands now, fucking Madness, It Must Be Love, Nothing More, Nothing Less, Love Is the Best. And the thing I like about the Madness discs, in comparison, you've seen some of the discs, well, the discs so far, and you know all the generic label ones, but Madness ones are personalized. I think you saw it with the Return of the Lost Palmer 7 in the first video. Now you have this, and the B-sides are, the B-side is the standard, what you'd expect usually, but the A-side, Madness just doing their own little thing. And I know it's just the sleeve, but it's still nice to see. More Madness now. House of Fun. This is their only #1 in this country, I think. And what a #1 for it to be. And I was saying about the personalized discs. Here are the Nutty Boys in all their glory. And again, the B-side is... Oh, even the B-side has... Yeah, it's got all the things that you're supposed to put on it, but even so, Madness are just doing their own thing, and that's why we love them. Next one is Rhythm of the Night by DeBarge, from Berry Gordy's The Last Dragon, which is... The thing about The Last Dragon is I saw it at like an all-night marathon at the Prince Charles Cinema in central London, which I go on about a lot, as I should, because it's the best place. It was a mystery marathon. Like, we were told going in, and there would be 5 movies, but we weren't told what they were until they started. And one of them happens to be The Last Dragon, which is just absolute chaos. It's so stupid, and I thought it was, because I knew nothing about it, I thought it was supposed to be taken completely seriously. And then afterwards, I was coming home from the marathon, and then I looked it up on Wikipedia, and it said it was meant to be played for laughs. And I'm just like, well, shit. I was looking at this wrong the whole time. But one of the songs that does indeed feature in the soundtrack is Rhythm of the Night, which is one of my favourite songs of all time. So I'm very happy that I have this record, and it's got all the lyrics on the back. So that's nice. Not for the B-side, because, well, B-side, but, and there she is. Oh, come on. Get in there. God, I really can't do sleeves with one hand. This keeps coming back to haunt me. Okay, next one, Take On Me, by Aha. We got some little funky doodlings. What is it? What does it say? Sam and someone. Sam, can't read your last name. You're fit. This I forgot to mention of the years. It Must Be Love is 1981, House of Fun's 82, Rhythm of the Night's 85. This is, I think, 85 as well. We've got some snippets from the music video here. And obviously Take On Me is pretty iconic banger. And so, yeah. Where was I? This one's interesting. Cherish by Kool and the Gang, which I got because the B-side, for some reason, is Celebration. I'm not really sure why, because I looked it up and it has a completely different B-side in the States. I'm not sure why they didn't just use it here, but Celebration on vinyl at the time, and Cherish is pretty okay. But this Cherish is from like 5 years after Celebration came out. So I was really confused when I got this, because I thought this was from when Celebration came out, like when it was new. And I just thought, come on, this is probably their biggest song. Like, why is it a B-side? It's just sacrilege. But then I realized, as I usually do, that I'm an idiot. So we got this kind of nice looking label here from D-Light Records. It's Cherish and Celebration. And I got really confused because I just immediately looked at the Celebration side and I thought, yeah, this is from 1980, but no, this is from 1985. Also available. It's also the B-side if you want the 12-inch version, or the full version, and the fresh US remix of Cherish. I just unintentionally slipped into Sean Connery. What is wrong with me? Rest in peace to him, by the way. Next one, we have Up Where We Belong, from An Officer and a Gentleman. I don't know why it says the title song, because the song's not called An Officer and a Gentleman. It's called Up Where We Belong. They don't say the words Officer and a Gentleman anywhere in the song. Oh, God, yeah. Anyways, 1982, much like the movie. The soundtrack also features these. This, I think, won the Oscar for Best Original Song. And if we have a Butcher's here, look at this. Oh, that's the B-side. Okay, so yeah, you gotta look at the B-side here. This is the standard label, but here, oh shite. I'll just take it out. Here, look at this. To My Darling, Happy Valentine's Day, 1983. Isn't that cute? Hey, I feel kind of bad because I have someone's Valentine's gift now, but like, if this isn't a charity shop, one assumes they're either not together for unfortunate reasons or dead. Like, and I feel terrible saying that, but like, that's probably what happens. But it's a very nice, adorable addition to have in the collection. And the next one we have is a hell of a song, Making Your Mind Up by Buzz Fizz. Jeez. Buzz Fizz. That's the Toy Story band. Yeah, Bucks Fizz. This is very noticeable because this was the UK's Eurovision entry from 1981. We won for this song, shockingly, because if any of you lot have like watched Eurovision recently, you know that the UK always does terribly because our songs are shit. But this happens to be one of the times where we did well. And I think the last time we won was maybe 1997. I think that's it. Don't hold me to that. I might put something in, like, if I'm wrong, I'll just put it in the closed captions. Like don't listen to this idiot. This is when it really happened. But yeah, this was 1981, and it's got a B-side called This, which is not the Fleetwood Mac song, but it's still a decent banger. Next, I couldn't even tell what this was at first. Well, I sort of couldn't, and then I looked closer, and look at that. You can make out that it says The Proclaimers, and then I, and so you can tell that this is 500 Miles I'm Gonna Be. It's from 1988, and I think what's happened here is that obviously it was printed on what should be here, but someone must have punched it out because some singles. Hang on, I'm gonna use my player to demonstrate this. Ever so briefly. So yeah, this little thing here, you just put the record on and then boom, play it. But some singles that came out, I think mostly in like the 70s or 60s, they have this thing in the middle punched out. And what you're supposed to do is, well, my player comes with this thing, which you can put in the middle, and then records with those bigger holes in the middle would be able to play. So I suppose what happened is they had to adapt for a player that could only play those. I'm guessing. I don't know. But yeah, some great songs to have. It was a real mystery, like thinking, hey, maybe this is the song I think it is. There's only one way to find out. Taking it home and being very pleasantly surprised. Now I just have to move the rest of the records back onto the player. Speaking of Up Where We Belong and songs from movies from 1982, here's Eye of the Tiger, theme from Rocky III, which was nominated for Best Original Song but lost to Up Where We Belong. Eye of the Tiger is the theme from the forthcoming feature film Rocky III. I was quite concerned about getting this one because the charity shop I got it at, they have a player where you can test how the record sounds. This kept skipping, but I figured, hey, I may as well get it anyway, because it might just be a case of the player, and yeah, on mine it played fine. So I don't really know what was going on there, but yeah, this is also from 1982, like I said, and oh, that's the B-side. The Eye of the Tiger, released by the Scotti Brothers, whoever they are. Next we have Take My Breath Away, the love song from Top Gun by Berlin. This is from 1986, and its B-side is something produced by Giorgio Moroder. I think, is that how you say his name? I actually don't know, and I'm not sure I care enough to find out, but this is from 1986. Its B-side is just something straight up done by Giorgio Moroder. Well, yeah, there's Take My Breath Away. This plays horribly. It keeps jumping to different parts of the song. And this is just Giorgio Moroder featuring Joe Pizzullo, presumably. And I'm not sure why they couldn't have just... Oh, I suppose... No, I'm just trying to figure out why they're going to use any of these, but Danger Zone is just a pretty big song in and of itself. Maybe one of the other ones, don't know. Next we have Somebody's Watching Me, and I Have No Privacy, by Rockwell. This is from, I think, 1980, well, it says 1983, but I think it was released in 84. Its B-side is its instrumental, because you can't beat a good sing-song to this song. Next is You Can't Hurry Love by Phil Collins. Do you reckon it's by Phil Collins? Like, it says Phil Collins, there he is, and there he also is twice. I know no girl can truly love a man who listens to Phil Collins, but the song's a bop, so why not? And let me just whip it out. And we're coming up on the last single now, which is this one, Cry for Help by Rick Astley. Look at that edgy hairdo. This man fully embraced the 90s. This is from 1991, which is, I think, it's the most recent single that I have, because, I mean, I might have more, I might be able to find more recent ones, but I'd be surprised. Oh, that's the B-side. Yeah, there we go. And now we're on to some albums. Uh, this is the jewel of my collection right now, and I have three incredible friends who I am very thankful for getting me this. The Sing Street soundtrack. I've banged on about this movie long enough so that you know how I feel about it. It's like my favorite ever. And I'm just in love with this record. Look at it. It's got so many like production stills and things from the movie. And the sleeves have the lyrics to the original Sing Street songs written in like this. This also come. I have this soundtrack on CD as well, and these come in like a little booklet thing that's included in the insert of the CD release. We got all these badge designs here, and all the credits for the songs, and even the records are personalized as well. Like, oh come on, the records have the badges on them. Oh god, one of the best movie and one of the best soundtracks. I was supposed to go. It's opening. An adaptation is opening on Broadway, and had the Rona not been a thing, I would have gone to see. It would have been my first ever Broadway show, because I would have gone to the States in the summer and been able to see it. God, this is cool. And let's have a butcher's of the personalization on the records here. I mean, who doesn't love Lucy Boynton? Right. I'm not 100% sure where I'm going to put this. I'll just do it here. Next one, speaking of movie soundtracks, we have The Power of Love from Back to the Future. Obviously, the definitive song called Power of Love. Like, Frankie Goes to Hollywood and Jennifer Rush are nice and all, but they just cannot beat Huey Lewis. This is the extended version, which is a really long mix that includes like more synth. It's got a completely different guitar solo and a bunch of other things, and it's great. And it's on side 2. There's live versions of It's Alright and I Want a New Drug, and I Want a New Drug, and that being another pretty great song that ripped off that Ghostbusters then ripped off, because Huey Lewis and the News were supposed to do the music for Ghostbusters, I think, but that didn't happen. Ray Parker Jr. ended up doing it, and there was a lawsuit that because if you listen to Ghostbusters and then listen to I Want a New Drug, the Ghostbusters, the similarities are so obvious. More movie soundtracks now. Fame, the original soundtrack from the motion picture. This is another great movie with such a good soundtrack. And it's another similar deal to, this is only a single LP, but like Sing Street, we have a lot of scenes from the movie represented inside here, with some beaten up ballet shoes and a violin there. And is the sleeve with all the credits. I believe this is an original pressing, but I'm not 100% sure. It would make sense, but it's still in remarkably good nick for an original pressing. And well, there's the soundtrack. Oh, the soundtrack, there's a disc. And I'm just going to put this down for one more time. Well, I'm probably going to do it in the next one, but the next one's the last one, so yeah. Oh my god, I've been going for nearly half an hour. I'm not surprised, but even so, like, yeah, the last one that we have for now is An Innocent Man by Billy Joel. This is an original pressing, I know that much, but it is in shockingly good nick. Like, this sleeve is nearly mint. And this is a great album, obviously, but it's It's where Uptown Girl and Tell Her About It come from, which are two of his best songs. But every other song on it stands up on its own right as well. And if we have the Butchers in the little sleeve here, all the lyrics to the songs are in here. And there is the record itself. And this is it for this long-ass update video. I hope I can provide some somewhat calming content on this who the hell's won the election day. As I film this, Nevada hasn't been called yet. They haven't finished counting in Georgia. They haven't finished counting in Pennsylvania. North Carolina said they're not going to start counting again until next week. Let's just hope for sanity's sake that doesn't happen, and I'll see you on the other side with hopefully more content. Until then, cheerio.